Well, good morning. I'm heading downtown, first to the subway, see if we can find something interesting. We're just coming up to the subway, just down by the tall building on the right. This is Yonge Street, heading south towards downtown Toronto. This is the terminal station at the top end of the subway that runs from downtown Toronto north on Yonge Street. So the first stage will take me down to Bloor Street, and then we'll go from there. And Bloor Street is an interchange. So here's the Presto ticket. Get your Tim Hortons there.
Next station is St. Clair Station.
So we're at Union Station here, and from here you can get via rail to other parts of Canada, as well as the Union Pearson Express that takes you right out to the airport. So you get a bus terminal there too. We'll go this way. Takes you to the convention centre and the CN Tower. So beneath the city of Toronto are all these routes that you can go below ground. So that if you work downtown, you don't need to go outside once you arrive here in the subway, and you can go to your own office. So it's well signed here. Trains to Pearson, Rogers Centre, CN Tower. They're all going in this direction. So you keep going through this corridor, through Skywalk, takes you over to the CN Tower and the Dome Stadium. And this is where you get the train to the airport. It's a good service. When it first started, it was quite expensive, so nobody used it. And there's the train. Maybe see if we can get a glimpse of it here. And there's where you get your information for the fares, and that's the route. And you must also use this machine if you've got the Presto card or if you need to pay on the run. So the train's leaving now. And there's the main station. So we keep heading west along this corridor and then up the escalators onto another gallery that will take us over to the tower. So that's the observation deck up at the top. You can go all the way up there, and then behind us the Dome Stadium where the Blue Jay baseball team play. And over in this area here is the Steam Whistle Brewing Company, and there are locomotives over there. We'll go and see them now, and a roundhouse. And there's the aquarium from Ripley, if you're interested, right at the foot of the tower. Now there are coupons available if you're staying in a hotel. You see them at the check-in desk in a little booklet form. You can get a percentage off some of these tours around here. Those are all condominiums over there, and over there is Lake Ontario behind those condo buildings. Okay, so let's have a look here. You can see this is part of the, I guess it was a granary here at one point. And that is like a wooden tanker. Maybe held liquor or water, who knows. Yeah, that's just the front end of a diesel there. Interesting what they've done there. So there's a mural of what it would have been like down here back in the 40s and 50s. Very busy spot. Now look at that. 484 6213. Canadian National. And smoke deflectors at the front, a light and a bell. And a couple of old cranes. And there's the turntable. As you can see, it's pretty large for the big locos that would be depoted here. And there's a miniature one on the go. That's the GO train. GO Ontario. And that's an original GO train. Similar, well, not dissimilar to the one that I sent to Digger. A version of it. And there's a shunter. A flatbed for those that are interested. Now you could model that, no problem. And Toronto, Hamilton, Buffalo was a very busy area. Lots of industries going down to the steel mills and grain depots. Very, very busy. And there's a Canadian Pacific CP carriage. And if you need a beer, that's where you go, the Steam Whistle Brewing Company. Very hot here today, probably around about 30 degrees. I don't think we can get in. An old preserved train station and a signal box. There you go, you can model that, no problem. Yeah, it's all locked up. Very simple to operate this. There's the water tower. Right outside the roundhouse. You can get some good footage of this. Looking for a nameplate on it as to the manufacturer, but I don't seem to have any. Quite a bit of engineering.
Look, see there?
So Canadian Pacific and Canadian National came through here, the main hub of the Canadian Railways. That was made by the American Locomotive Company and patented in 1925 in Canada. Bit of repair work going on here. This is actually the museum in here.
So the meeting train, you say going down to the right?
Look at those rivets. So you saw the prices for the museum if you're really interested, and then all these other areas in the roundhouse are restaurants and bars, so you won't go short of something to eat or drink. Western Mechanical Limited of Barrie, Ontario. Now, they're about an hour and a half directly north from here in the city of Barrie. Yeah, that company I don't think are in business any longer. So they've made good use of the space. They've brought in these locos and rolling stock and turned it into a nice location, combined with the restaurants and bars, the brewery, the aquarium, the Sky Dome and the CN Tower. Now you can go up there and get tied off onto a spring rope and hang out, or there's a glass floor up there, your choice. Well, that's the coaling tower. A very busy spot.
You're allowed to go in them, and there's like these weird bunk beds.
The Baldwin Locomotive Works, Westinghouse, Philadelphia, USA in 1948. purchased by the Canadian Locomotive Company Limited of Kingston. So this was a very large complex here for the locomotive works, with the station being just across the street. Apologise for the dirty windows here. Probably never been washed since last summer. Anyway, the good opportunity to catch the UP Express coming in from the airport to here downtown at Union Station. It's a great service, much cheaper than an Uber if you were travelling on your own. It's about $60 for an Uber to get downtown. And it's it pulling into its platform right there. Well, this was unexpected. I didn't think I was going to get in here, but there's a GO train waiting to head out somewhere, and perfect timing. Here's a GO train coming in from the West End, or maybe even Hamilton. Yeah, that's a long train. I didn't count the number of coaches, but yeah, very busy. And there's another one coming in from the opposite direction. This is one of the newer models. And of course they're double deckers. There's the Royal York Hotel. It was the biggest in the empire at its time. Okay, so this here is get this. So this is the brochure I was telling you about with coupons inside. I can find the coupons, but they're in here. There you go, buy one, get one free, 7 off, $10 off any 2-night stay. There you go, there's a whole bunch of them here. So you can get these at the Ontario tourist centres, normally held. You can scan that or photograph it, whatever you want, to get this information, and it will be very useful if you're coming to Toronto. And this is the main hall. Fabulous structure. Ooh. There's an enormous quick eat restaurants here. Get anything that you fancy, all reasonably priced. Directly below the station. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tour of downtown Toronto with the Sky Dome, the CN Tower, the Steam Whistle Brewery and the Railroad Museum, plus the aquarium. You've got lots to see and do down here, and it's easy to get to. You can also get the UP Express out to the airport. I think it's $11 one way, and it takes you right into the terminal. So great location for a trip, and you know, if you're coming over from the UK, this would be a good base for you. There's lots to see and do, and with the value of your pound sterling, it will go a long way here. You'll probably find it much cheaper than going to some other places. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you like it, thumbs up and drop me a note, comment. Thanks very much. Bye for now.